good morning, and kumusta kayo po ang mga kababayan, kapatid at kaibigan natin po, no? Dito sa Malaysia, mga Filipinos, mga Malaysian friends, likewise ang mga overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, and of course ang mga kapatid, kaibigan natin dyan po sa bansa natin which we call ang Pilipinas. Ito po si Nico Fabian, nandito na naman po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, and today is a Wednesday and holiday ngayon po, no? Holiday ngayon dahil we are celebrating a Muslim celebration po. To all the Muslims dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, and of course the Muslim community worldwide, I would like to extend ang blessed Hari Raya Aidil Adha sa inyong lahat po. Today we are celebrating itong very auspicious, sabihin natin celebration sa mga Muslim brothers and sisters natin. So welcome kayo dito po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. And mayroon tayo dito po mga balita tungkol sa Pilipinas, and of course, ang balita din tungkol sa Malaysia, particularly dito sa Sabah. Especially, may message tayo, no? To all our brothers and sisters who are embracing the Islam faith. May message ang Sabah Governor or ang TYT ng Sabah, si Tun Musa Aman, no? Dahil we are celebrating itong very special occasions ng mga kapatid natin na Muslims, no? Brothers and sisters. Nandito po, before I'll give you some news regarding sa what happened sa Pilipinas yesterday, especially dyan po sa Senado, I would like to pass ang message muna po ng TYT dito sa Sabah, or ang Sabah Governor po, si Tun Musa Aman, ang mensahe niya for today's celebration, ang Hari Raya Aidil Adha, which we are celebrating also dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito din po, or including dito sa Sabah. Ito po ang mensahe ni TYT ng Sabah. Let me read you this message. Okay, sandali, nandito. Nasaan na yun, ha? Let me look for the news article. Out dito po sa mga Sabah newspaper dito sa Kota Kinabalu. Alright? Ang title ng news article is TYT highlights importance of unity, respect in Aidil Adha 2026 message. Ito po. Listen. The people of this state must continue to strengthen unity, uphold mutual respect, and maintain the spirit of togetherness, so as to preserve the peace and harmony long enjoyed in Sabah despite the increasingly challenging global environment. This was highlighted by Yang Dipertuan Negeri Sabah Tun Musa Aman in his Hari Raya Aidil Adha message. On the celebration, the head of state said it carried profound lessons on sacrifice, sincerity, and patience, as exemplified by Prophet Muhammad and Prophet Ismail. Indeed, sacrifice is not limited solely to the ritual of Qurban, as it is also encompasses the sacrifice of time, energy, and thought for the sake of our families, society, beloved state, and nation, Tun Musa Aman said. Adding on, Musa hailed Sabah's multiracial and multi-religious society as a unique strength that should continue to be safeguarded by all levels of society. Sabah is truly fortunate because its people comprise various races, religions, and cultures, all living together in an atmosphere of tolerance and mutual respect. He said, adding that unity remained an important foundation for the state's continued stability and progress. Musa also urged fellow Sabahans not only to nurture the value of love, understanding, and mutual respect, but also to set aside the differences that could strain relations within the community. In this respect, Musa said Musa viewed Ideal Adha as an opportunity to strengthen family ties and friendship through the practice of visiting one another and seeking forgiveness and sharing sustenance with those in need. These values form the foundation of a caring and compassionate society, he said. Musa also expressed appreciation to the frontliners, security personnel, healthcare workers, civil servants, and all parties who continued carrying out their responsibilities for the well-being of the people and the peace of the state, including during the festive season. He also extended prayers and well-wishing or wishes to the pilgrims from Malaysia currently performing the Hajj in the Holy Land. My hope is that they would be blessed with good health and attain blessed Hajj. To Muslim performing the Qurban, ritual sacrifice, carry it out sincerely and in accordance with the set requirements under the Sharia Islamic laws. Musa also advised everyone to always prioritize safety during any festive season, especially those traveling back to their hometowns or visiting their relatives. Make safety on the roads a priority and always exercise caution for the well-being of all. Musa and his wife, Top 1, Farida Tusin, also conveyed Idil Ha greetings to Muslims, especially the people of Sabah, wherever they might be. May this year's celebration bring blessings, peace, and happiness to us all while continuing to strengthen the unity and harmony of beloved state of Sabah. Yun po ang mensahe ng TYT ng Sabah, si Tun Musa Aman. Si Tun Musa Aman. So, once again, blessed Hari Raya to all our Muslim brothers and sisters, especially those who are now performing Hajj dyan po sa Holy Land, sa Mecca. Sa Mecca. And of course, huwag natin din kalimutan ang Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Same greetings to all the Muslim brothers and sisters natin dyan po sa Pilipinas. And of course, the whole world na po. Alright, so ito po, today, Wednesday, May 20, May 26, no? 26 o 27 na tayo. Now, mayroon tayo dito mga video clips that I want to share po, especially regarding what happened dyan po sa Senado kahapon during the Senate session. So, I suppose some of you already heard ang balita na ang minority bloc, the minority bloc, dyan po sa Kongreso, sa Senado po, 10 of the members of the minority bloc, they walk out during the session po, especially when itong importanteng issue po, yung online voting proposal po, no? Authored by Senator Rodante Marcoleta, was raised dyan po sa session kahapon. Medyo as early as last week, itong mga members of the minority bloc, spearheaded by former Senate President Tito Soto, they already made clear the stand that they are going to oppose itong proposal to allow senators to participate and vote sa activities dyan po sa Senado through online. And apparently they claim that itong bill that the majority want to pass, si Senator Marcoleta, was self-serving na po. And this is meant for Senator Bato de la Rosa, who is still now nowhere to be found or hiding po. In fact, ang DOJ already, sabihin natin, they said that si Senator de la Rosa is a fugitive. While others, they said, they contradict ang declaration ng Department of Justice as well as ang opisina ng Ombudsman, which is spearheaded by Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla. But anyway, let's leave it that way first. And ang importante ngayon po, that's why I came out early dito po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico. Normally, I do it in the afternoon. But because of this news, I thought and I think and I believe that many of our Filipino kababayan, kaibigan at kapatid natin dito po sa Malaysia, together with ang mga overseas Filipino workers and Filipino migrants sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, they will also be very interested, keen to know on ano ito talaga ang balita ng walkout dyan po sa Senado. I will not talk much about these things ano po, dahil I will just share with you. I will share with you po ang video clip. Hindi naman lahat na-cut ko lang, na-splice lang ako yun po kasi mahaba, no? But at least you will have the idea when I will present to you, I will show you itong video clip of what happened talaga dyan po sa Senado kahapon. It's a little bit long, maybe 10 or 11 minutes ito, but it's worthwhile watching. But before I'm going to give you itong video clip na may mga or showing na ano talaga nangyari dyan po sa Senado, let me share with you po muna ang news and regarding itong issue and itong news po video clip coming from Ted Filon, ang programa ni Ted Filon sa Ted Filon TV show niya po every morning from 6 a.m. in the morning together with DJ Chacha hanggang 10 a.m. In fact, nandyan pa sila. Still ongoing ang programa Ted Filon. So, nandito po ang news report ni Ted Filon regarding ang walkout dyan po sa Senado. Please listen to the report. Nandito po. Alright. Alright, nandito na po.
Ngayon, sama-sama pong nag-walk out sa plenaryo ang mga miyembro ng Senate Minority. Ito nga pinag-uugat sa motion ni Senador Dante Marcoleta na payagan ang mga senador na makaboto at makadalo sa lahat ng sesyon via online. Katulad na lamang po sa mga deliberasyon at pagpapasa ng mga panukala sa plenaryo, gayon din sa impeachment trial kung saan nga ang Senado ang siyang tatayong impeachment court. Pero giit ni Senador Erwin Tulfo, tila minamadali ito ng majority. Pinapayagan lang daw kasi ang pagdalo sa sesyon online kapag nga merong pong national emergency at ang tinatawag pong force majeure.
Because, Madam Chair, they're in a hurry because of news reports that probably two of our colleagues might land in jail this weekend. Is that the reason why? Is that the reason why they have to have this inserted in Section 41C para makaboto po kung sino man yung makukulong dahil sa announcement ng sadang ombudsman na may lalabas na po ang warrant ng ilan sa mga kasama natin, Madam President.
Yan po ang tinig ni Senador Erwin Tulfo. Dumepensa po naman si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano sa paratang ni Tulfo. Hindi na nila minamadali ang pagripaso sa Senate rules pero hindi pa man tapos magsalita si Cayetano, nag-walk out na si Tulfo. Sumunod po na rin sa kanya ang lahat ng mga miyembro ng minority.
Alright, yun po ang balita. And itong walkout sa Senado, capture ito lahat ng mga headlines sa mga local newspapers sa Pilipinas po. No? Nag-walkout 10 of them. Tira lang doon po si Soto, Senator Soto po. And nakita natin during the discussion, after ang 10 senators left the session hall po, may mga discussion si Senator Soto and nakita natin si Senator Ping Lacson earlier nandyan, nag-usap din and si Senator Ping Lacson, no? But the 10 of them, except Soto, stayed sa session, while 10 of them, spearheaded by si Senator Mick Subiri po, they left the session po. No? They left the session. So sa palagay ninyo po, is Senator Erwin Tulfo jumping into conclusion? And may mga valid reasons pa si Senate President Peter or Alan Peter Cayetano. Sabi niya, that is not the reason. Dahil sa announcement ng Ombudsman earlier that by Thursday, by tomorrow, planchado na daw po ang plunder case, malversation case against Senator Jigoy Estrada. And of course, they are also preparing or finalizing ang kaso against Senator Joel Villanueva. And marami pa po, marami pa. No? So yun ba ang rason to allow ang online voting or participation sa Senate session po? Yun mga senador who cannot attend physically. So, let's see po. Let's see what will happen sa Monday. On Monday, medyo another day that I put it in my calendar, red letter day po. We are expecting fireworks na naman. No? Na naman na tungkol itong issue po after ang sabihin natin itong walkout kahapon dyan po sa Senado. But anyway, nandito na po. I will share with you itong video clip. Medyo mahaba kunti ito. Ilan minutes pa ito, ha? Medyo mahaba ito po. But it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile, sabihin natin, to watch itong video clip. Hindi naman kompleto. I just cut, splice na lang ako po. Because I cannot show to you the whole thing kasi mahaba. Too long for me to show you ang actual discussion dyan po sa Senado. No? But anyway, you will have the idea kung ano talaga what is happening dyan po sa Senado. No? So, nandito, let me share with you itong video clip, 13 minutes and 51 seconds. In other words, 14 minutes ito po. But again, I'll tell you, it is worthwhile watching and listening. Nandito po. Nandito na po. Alright. Ito na po. Starting ang nagsalita si Senator Rodante Marcoleta tungkol ang motion niya po tungkol itong online proposal. Let's watch and listen to this.
To reiterate for the record the proposal to amend Rule 14, Section 41, Senate Session. The proposal, Madam President, is by way of an additional paragraph, Section 41C, after Section 41B of Rule 14 of the Senate Rules, which will state as follows. Section 41C, allow a senator for justifiable reasons to attend and participate in the session through teleconference, video conference, or other reliable forms of remote or electronic means using appropriate information and communication technology. I so move, Madam President.
Motion of Senator Rodante Marcoleta. I recognize Senator Ping Lacson.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. This is a parliamentary inquiry. What is the status of the motion introduced by the Honorable Marcoleta last May 11? It has been referred to the Committee on Rules, and that's why in this particular deliberation, the Committee on Rules is giving it back to the floor for plenary action, Madam President. Has the Committee on Rules been constituted?
Senator Joel Villanueva is the acting majority leader.
Yes.
And would be the best position to
Okay.
answer
Thank
the
you, Madam
question.
President.
In the meantime, I recognize Senate President Cayetano.
Madam Chair, with the permission of Senator Villanueva, so the Committee on Rules is not reporting out the...
No, my question,
proposal.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, Madam President, with your permission. My question is, has the Committee on Rules been constituted?
Yes. So, Madam President, the answer there is the same answer to the question of Senator Pangilinan and former Senate President Soto that in accordance with Section 19, is the same. They continue to function. Having said that, I was explaining that the motion of Senator Villanueva was not for the Committee on Rules to report out what was referred to them, but to return to the plenary. Because if you look at Section 136 our rules, the rules may be amended by means of a motion which should be presented at least one day before its consideration, and a vote of majority senators present shall be required for its approval. So you do not need the endorsement nor the forwarding of the Committee of Rules for the amendment of the Committee on for the amendments of the rules.
Senator Lacson's
Does
recommendation.
it mean that we are now disregarding the committees of the Senate?
There's no rule. I read the rule.
Yes.
Senator Lacson is referring to resolutions or
And motion.
communications or anything referred to the Committee on Rules. We're talking about a motion to amend the rules. We had the option of taking it up, but since everyone asked for one more day, it was given to the Committee on Rules. The Committee on Rules has an option to take it up, but the acting majority leader or acting chairman of the committee gave it back to plenary, and the plenary is more, how do I put it, supreme, thank you, Senator Lacson, over the committee. So we didn't disregard the committee. It is our choice from the start whether we want to give it to the committee or not. So when we give it, so for example,
There was no referral. But in this case, and I'd like to invite the attention of the body to journal number 62, dated May 11, 2026. And if I may read the particular portion of this journal, proposed at 6:25 p.m., the session was resumed. Proposed amendment to the rules of the Senate. Senator Marcoleta proposed an amendment to Rule 14, Senate sessions of the rules, by inserting a new paragraph C under Rule 41, which reads, A or C, allow a senator for justifiable reasons to attend and participate in the session through teleconference, video conference, or other reliable forms of remote or electronic means using appropriate information and communications technology.
the chair already made a ruling, and it's not appropriate to argue with the chair because, as explained to Senator Lacson, the committee did not report it out. He read the journal of May 11, but he did not read the motion of Senator Joel today. His motion today was pursuant to Rule 136 of the rules, a motion to amend the rules, meaning if Joel was no longer the majority leader, if I was the majority leader now, or even an ordinary member, that motion was carried. No one objected that we take it up. Because, Madam Chair, we're bringing it back to plenary.
We will have to support that resolution or thinking of Senator Lacson, which is we did not constitute the Committee on Rules. So what are we discussing right now? I suggest that we constitute the Committee on Rules and discuss it there. How do I know this? Ako minority leader hindi ako member ng rules. Ex officio Tumawag ba? Hindi. Ano to?
Does it say that an amendment has to pass the Committee on Rules?
Section 24, Madam President.
Anong sabi po sa Section 24?
The committee shall hold meetings to discuss, decide, and submit a report on all matters transmitted to them.
Madam
This-
Chairman, that's
thank
not
you.
the rule. The rule
Yes.
is 136.
136. Can you
So-
please, for the third time, may we request the Senate President to read into the
The
record
rules
Rule
may be amended
136.
by means of a motion which would be presented at least one day before its consideration, and the vote of the majority of the senators present in the session hall shall be required for its approval. So members of the minority here, and only Senator Lacson has spoken. Why are we railroading this process, Mr. President? I have a number of issues that I'd like to raise regarding this motion, Mr. President. May also be amended by means of a motion
which should be presented at least one day before its consideration. We submit that the motion that was mentioned last May 11 was referred
Yes.
to the Committee on Rules.
Yeah.
This is a new motion, Mr. President, that is being presented on the floor, which requires that it be presented one day before it is considered. And then,
First of all, we're just repeating the arguments. I respect his argument, but I disagree with it. Secondly, they've used already 3 words: rammed down their throat, railroaded, binabraso. In this democratic institution, when we disagree, we vote. When we have rules, we follow the rules. The particular rule in amending the rules is 136. We're following that. So why are we using unparliamentary language to express or try to provoke the kind of argument we don't want between the majority and minority? You have your opinion, we respect that, we have our opinion. So how do we resolve that? By voting. Now, if you think we violated the rule, then go to court. But we do not think that we violated the rule.
The President invoke Section 136, Paragraph 2. Kung babasahin po natin ito, Madam President, napakasimple lang. Ito pong Section 136, Paragraph 2, is a special provision in precisely amending our rules. In Section 24 po, this is a general rule. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, it presupposes that we will take up all the bills referred to that committee. General po yung function niya.
President, meron din po akong substantive na interpellation sa motion ngayong araw na nire-raise o itatalakayin ni Senator Marcoleta, yung text na pinamudmod ni Senate President sa atin ngayong hapon. Pero una, gusto ko pong segundahan yung sinabi ni Senator Pangilinan. Bagong motion ito, Madam President. Bakit po? Sa ilalim ng Section 24, ni-refer yung unang mosyong binanggit ni Senator Marcoleta noon sa Committee on Rules. Ngayon kung sasabihin na ibinalik yung mosyong iyon, yung unang mosyon ni Senator Marcoleta sa plenary, sino ang gumawa nun? Dapat ang Committee on Rules. Na-initiate na po ang prosesong iyon alinsunod sa Section 24.
Wala po tayong legal background dito. Kaya sinasabi ko na nga po, hindi po bagong motion ito eh. Hindi siya bagong motion. Nasasabi ko lang po, May 11, minug ko na po ito eh. Sino po magsasabi na bagong motion?
Point of order. Ad hominem.
Sinasabi ko lamang po, ang sinasabi ko lang, kanina ko po sinasabi.
Kung tama yun,
Section 136.
kasama niya ay walang
Session is
kinalaman,
suspended.
walang alam sa batas. President, my question is, why is the majority in such a hurry to tackle this motion? This allowing a senator for justifiable reasons to attend and participate in the session through teleconference, whereas in Rule 14, Section 41, under B, it is convenient to hold the session through teleconference, video conference, or other reliable forms of remote or electronic means using appropriate information and communications technology system due to force majeure, Madam President, or the occurrence of a national emergency. I guess, Madam President, this justifiable reason, what is that? Does that fall under force majeure or does it fall under national emergency, Madam President? This question, sa mamadali, bakit, can be discussed in the actual motion. Can be discussed after the motion whether we should take it up. We take offense that bibigyan niya ng ganyang kulay. It's just like us saying, are you afraid if we have the hearing on the Blue Ribbon on flood control, mababanggit ka rin? You do not make that kind of statements here in the Senate because you assume good faith from everyone. That rule hindi minadali. May 11 pa ho yun. So, Madam Chair, I move that we divide the House.
I move to adjourn or a quorum call
object, but for the record,
Yes.
they scampered out and left the minority leader instead of discussing the rule. We are not even discussing the rule yet. And then, ganun na yung allegation nila. And no one from the minority stood up to say that out of order si Senator Erwin Tulfo. So we will not object, Madam Chair. In fact, we move that we adjourn till 5 p.m.
Madam President,
Monday.
before that, Madam President, motion to adjourn is not debatable. Akala ko ba magaling sa rules?
We're not debating.
It's not
We're not
debatable.
debating.
Parliamentary inquiry, Madam President.
I'm
not
not
debating,
debating,
Madam
then we
Chair.
will indeed adjourn.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, Senator Marcoleta.
Nung pong nagsimula tayo, Madam, meron po ba tayong quorum?
We had a quorum, yes.
Yes, Madam President. Kapag ka po ba nag-walk out ang minority, nawawala po yung quorum. Nagsimula po tayong may quorum. It doesn't matter if they walk out. Yes, I think we still have the quorum. Madam President, once there is a quorum call, you have to call the roll. Kahit na present lahat o kulang kanina, o there was a motion to dispense, whatever that is. Not a funny situation, Madam President, when they readily and willingly walk out. Takes precedence. Hindi po yung covered ng rule natin, Madam President. Kung
As reiterated by the Senate President and as conveyed by the Minority Leader, former Senate President, the rule states that the motion to adjourn takes precedence. I'm not taking sides,
5 p.m.
and
Monday
we will adjourn session
until 5
until
Alright, yun po, nakita natin, narinig natin ano nangyari dyan po sa Senado. And they will resume ang session sa Monday po. No? So, as what I said earlier, we are expecting another fireworks sa Monday po tungkol itong motion ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta to amend, no? Allow ang mga senator to participate even though they are not physically present sa session. In other words, if they can participate sa Senate session po online, so they will also be allowed or ang vote nila will also be respected kung online voting po. So yon ang minority, they disagree and they claim na this is being amended. Ang rason is because of De La Rosa, no? De La Rosa, and of course, nandyan na po, whether we like it or not, nandyan na po ang sabihin natin, mga plunder cases, malversation cases against some or several members of the majority bloc. As what I said earlier, na out of the 13 man yun sila, or now 12 na lang po dahil wala si Senator De La Rosa, no? Out of the 12, mayroon I think 8 of the majority members, no? Will be facing itong sabihin natin kaso as announced by DOJ as well as ang ombudsman natin, si Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla po. In fact, tomorrow, sabi niya po, no? Ready na po. He will sign ang mga documents po against filing itong plunder and malversation na case against Senator Jinggoy Estrada, and to be followed by cases against Senator Joel Villanueva, no? And of course, let's not forget ang kaso din ni, sabihin natin, Senator Chis Escudero. And of course, nandyan na naman po ang blunder case against Senator Marcoleta. And of course, ang kaso naman about or tungkol kay dalawang Villar, si Senator Mark Villar and ang kapatid niya, si Senator Camille Villar. So, yon po, no? Yon po ang issue ngayon po. So, how do you look at this situation? How do you look at this situation? Para sa akin lang po, medyo magulo na ang what is happening sa Senado, tapos na tayo sa lower house, ang House of Representative earlier, when they are doing the proper hearings, impeachment, the trial of Inday Sara Duterte or the Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. And ngayon, nandito na tayo sa Senado, mas lalo magulo po, no? I hope they will be able to find solutions and be united, no? Be united for the sake of ang bayan natin po, no? Kasi if this will continue, mas lalo na po ang mga Filipinos will suffer. Sa ngayon na po, whether we like it or not po, we are already suffering because of wala tayong po for the how many since 2022 or 2023, let's put it 2023, when lumabas na po na si incumbent President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. as well as ang Vice President niya, si Inday Sara Duterte, na may conflict to the extent na nag-resign na po si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte as Education Secretary, and yun na po, lumabas na ang mga allegations po, no? Some were saying na si Inday, ang gobyerno ngayon ni Marcos is doing a demolition, a job tungkol kay against kay Inday Sara Duterte because of the incoming or forthcoming, sabi natin, 2028 presidential election, no? And also, although it was refuted by the other camp. So, ganito po. So, dahil wala tayong political stability, affecto din po ang security aspect ng bayan natin. Ang buhay ng mga security ng mga Filipinos. And at the same time, worse. Talaga po, dahil dyan po, wala tayong political stability, na apektado tayo po when it comes to our economy of the country. Tingnan nyo po, peso to US. Grabe na po ang exchange rate. Tingnan natin po ang mga bilihan dyan po sa Pilipinas. Grabe po. We don't see foreign investors coming in despite ang presidente natin made several foreign trips to entice, encourage, lure ang mga foreign investors. But I don't think so mga foreign investors will come to the Philippines kung wala tayong political stability, wala tayong security stability, and economic stability. And dyan po ang problema naman ngayon tungkol na drop talaga ang confidence ng mga Filipino sa gobyerno natin po. And worse still, if you remember, if you are aware, na yesterday lumabas din ang sabihin natin another survey ng Pulse Asia saying na decrease talaga ang rating ng presidente natin si BBM, no? Si BBM. So these are the factors that is really affecting ang daily lives ng mga Filipino po, affecting ang reputasyon ng bayan natin po. Apektado din mga overseas Filipino workers po, no? And you know how the overseas Filipino workers, paano we are helping ang economy ng bayan natin because of our remittances po. So that is the problem that we are facing now po. And of course, nandyan po ang, wag natin kalimutan, ang flood control project scandal. No? Lahat na lang po, kaso, and what happened? Ang ngayon po, ilan lang po nasa behind bars. Saan na mga mastermind ng flood control projects? Kaya if I'm not mistaken, kagaya din dito po mga Filipinos sa Malaysia, particularly sa Sabah, we are looking forward na ngayon mayroon na tayong bagong Senate President under the leadership of Senate President Peter Allen Cayetano, and may bago na tayo po mga committee members ng Blue Ribbon Committee spearheaded by Senator Pia Cayetano as chairman, and may dalawang tayong sabihin natin vice chairman, si Senator Jinggoy Estrada and si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. sana po mag-resume na po ang flood control scam investigation po ng Blue Ribbon Committee para malaman na natin po. Yun ang gusto ng mga tao po. No? And tapusin na natin kung nandyan naman ang impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte. So let's push. We want to know also. We want to know also what is happening, who is telling the truth, kung may base ba or basis to impeach Inday Sara Duterte. If she will be convicted, so be it. Kung ano talaga, supported by evidence. Alright? Kung she must be acquitted, then so be it also po. And then, move on na tayo. Move on na tayo. Sa ngayon po, mahirap. Mahirap ang sitwasyon. The Filipino people, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but ako mismo po, I'm confused. Whom to believe? Whom to believe now sa gobyerno natin? Ang mga politicians natin, tainted din ang reputasyon nila po because lumabas din ang mga pangalan nila dyan po sa flood control scam. Hindi lang mga politicians o mga congressmen and senators, not all, but lumabas din ang mga pangalan ng mga cabinet secretaries under the helm of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos or BBM. In fact, even ang pangalan ni President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos lumabas din po together with his son. And of course, the First Lady lumabas din po, whether we like it or not. Narinig na natin po sa mga official news lumabas dyan po sa Pilipinas. So, ganito talaga ang problema sa Pilipinas po. If we will prolong this thing po, ano ang mangyari? Baka ang peso to US or US to peso natin po, exchange rate po, baka maabot pa ito ng 70. I hope it will not. I hope it will not. Kundi kawawa talaga ang Pilipinas. Para sa amin, mga overseas Filipino workers, maganda yon. But, it will do more harm sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas po. Kaya nga, I hope they will be united. Mayroon tayong minority and majority. It is the role of the minority bloc to oppose. Kasi opposition sila eh. So when they oppose, let them oppose. Respect. Kasi yun ang role nila. See, yun ang role nila. But, according to the policies, laws and policies ng Senado, ang Constitution natin po. Ang Constitution natin. And let's try to avoid itong mixing mga issues po. Kasi whether you like it or not, some people are saying, if you go against now, or you're not supporting the government, ang abot mo dyan po, ang mga kaso. Kaso po, if you go against the government. And that is what is happening. Nakita natin po. Pero sabi naman ng gobyerno, we are filing cases against itong mga individuals based on the evidence. But it doesn't mean, nag-file ka ng kaso po, it doesn't mean guilty na sila po. And it doesn't mean na madali ang proseso. Madali ang proseso. No. It will take months, 1 year, or maybe more than 1 year po. And the assurance naman ni Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla, sabi niya po, they will cut down ang period ng proseso and tighten up ang kaso po because they don't want that kung mag-file sila ng kaso sa ibang tao o sa isang tao po, due to technicalities, it will be dismissed. See? So let's see po. The only thing I can say is, let's all pray na ang mga leaders natin po will be united. Will be united po. At saka, we are calling for our president to come out and exercise ang power niya po. For as long as he continue to keep quiet sa mga hot issues, controversial issues po, because whether we like it or not, the executive has the say. Yun ang boss. He can control. He can control ang mga tao niya po. Kagaya ngayon po, the only Congress, itong Congress new leadership ni Alan Peter Cayetano po, wala itong blessing ng executive ng presidente. Lahat mga Church of Leadership may blessing ang presidente. Pero itong leadership ni Alan Peter Cayetano po, ni SP, walang blessing. In fact, ang presidente natin mismo po was surprised when lumabas na mayroon na change of leadership. Bottom line po is simple. Let us be united. For the love of our country, for the love of our fellow countrymen, mga Filipinos po. Yon ang kailangan. So siguro hanggang dito na lang, no? Ang ano natin. But anyway, let me show you another video clip po, no? Tungkol si Raffy Tulfo when he said, ano ba ito? Dahil ba ito sa mga announcement ng ni Remulla filing cases against ang mga senador? Ito ba po, no? Ito ba ang rason why ang majority bloc wants to amend, no? Itong issue ng online participation sa session. At ito ang reply. Ito ang reply naman ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada because his name was mentioned. Let's watch and listen to this. Okay, nandito po. Medyo nasaktan din po si Senator Jinggoy Estrada sa statement made by Senator Erwin Tulfo.
They're in a hurry because of news reports that probably two of our colleagues might land in jail this weekend. Is that the reason why?
Sigurado na ba siya? Sigurado ba siya? Mayroon ba siyang contact sa taas o sa korte? I think that that comment was uncalled for. I don't know why he mentioned that. Hindi ko alam kung bakit how he came up to that conclusion.
Pero offensive ba para sa
Of course, very offensive. Sigurado na.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin ang reaksyon ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada po. Ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada. So, ganito na po, no? You heard it, and meron pa ba tayo dito? Wala na siguro, no? So, you heard it. Ang reaksyon ni Jinggoy Estrada, and you heard a portion of the discussion, the debate, kahapon dyan po sa Senado. I will make sure that I will continue to monitor mga updates dyan po sa Pilipinas, and kung may mga developments dyan sa Pilipinas, I will make sure na kayo po, mga followers ko dito sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, you will be properly be informed. Hindi naman siguro breaking news, but ang mga news that I will be sharing with you dito sa programa po, I'll make sure that fresh na fresh pa rin. Fresh na fresh pa rin. So, ingat lang tayo po. Once again, I would like to extend on behalf of Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, ang pamilya ko po, no? We want to extend Salamat Hari Raya Aidil Adha to all the brothers and sisters natin who are embracing the Islam faith, and they are now celebrating this occasion nila today. Public holiday po, na? Hindi lang dito po sa Malaysia, but also sa Pilipinas. I was made to understand also public holiday. And siguro lahat naman ng mga Muslim countries po, they are observing or enjoying also a public holiday po. So once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Hidup Malaysia, Sababole, mabuhay ang Pilipinas, God bless the world. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, and you take care. I love you all.